In today's lesson, we'll continue writing course and we will continue with our task 1 structures. And today we're gonna go through pie chart static structures. And as you know, we have already worked on pie chart dynamic structures. If you haven't watched the video, go back and watch the video because it will be extremely confusing if you don't watch this one beforehand. And now let's just get going and let's look at this thing. What is it? What is this actually? So guys, team, put it up. People should see this. And the thing is introduction. Table below gives information on the proportion of carbohydrates, protein, and fat in 3 different diets. Sure, let's do it. So let's just start with introduction, right? You know the introduction. Our first topic is traditional into 2, and we just give introduction. You know the structure itself given. So I made a mistake here. It's not pie chart, it's pie chart. So I'm just gonna change it. It's not ES now, it's R. Given R the pie charts, which present data concerning. Which present data concerning what? Concerning, he said, the proportion of carbohydrates. How much? Let's say how much. So instead of proportion, we say how much. How much? We just put colon or names. We just need names. Average diet. Average. Right? Healthy diet for sport. So when you're giving information, you know that you have to give time, place, and measurement, right? So you have to give time, place, and measures. So am I recording this thing? I'm not sure about it. Because I am recording 7 minutes already, so let's just continue. Measures, and you just have to give measures down. This is the introductory structure, as you know. This that never changes given our pie charts which present data concerning, and we just give the main actual information following this. We don't have years, so you just don't give time. So it's just out. Place we don't have anything actually. We have measures which are percentages. We say measures are given in percentages. Measures. That's it for introduction. After introduction, as you know, you have to give summary. Overview, right? Overview. In summary overview, what you have to do is just give general information. In general information, you just, if you don't have any trend, you just include decrease. You just have to give balance itself. Balance. And I'm going to explain the balancing. So balance is actually here the difference in percentages, difference in ratio, difference in proportions levels. So you have to give this one first. Let's just try to give it together now. So we just give the introductory structure, which is overall. This is the structure that we use. Overall loss sends out to Z, and we just continue. Overall loss sends out to Z, and you just say, well, what sends out here? Let's just see average diet 40-40-20, healthy diet 20-30-20, and healthy diet for sports it's 60, 25, and 15. So there's no proportion here. So we say the proportions were they're relatively similar to each other in average diet and healthy diet, making them balanced. So let's just write it. So I say the proportions or the levels or the ratio of ingredients Was, is, because it's present. We don't have time period, so we have to use present. If you don't have a time period, you have to use present, guys. So pay attention to this fact. The ratio of ingredients, yes, relatively similar to each other. One another, because we'll have two, right? So each other is mostly used with two things, two objects, but one another, well, one another. Maybe one another. I don't know. I don't remember now. Okay, just doesn't matter, guys. Just use one of them. Oh, and one another actually is actually for two things. So each other, simply each other. In what? Average diet and healthy diet. In balanced diet. I mean, balanced diet meaning, well, they're just close to each other. You understand, right? The ratios. I said whereas. Completely imbalanced. I hope you understand my point. So I just wanted to say the differences between them, because, for example, if you look at average diet and healthy diet, put up the picture, guys. There, like, the ratios are, the levels are closer to each other, 40 40 20, 50 30 20, but in this healthy diet first sport, it's like 60 25 and 15, so it's just imbalanced. That's why I just wanted to give this. That's one of the ways of giving the general information. Or you can just say what ingredient constituted the highest point. For example, carbohydrate was the biggest in all of them, protein was the second biggest, and fat was the third biggest. You can just give this one too. It just doesn't matter. So you just have to give this some sort of general information. And then after general information, because look, if you talk about one thing, it's not going to be a general thing, it's just going to be a particular thing. So you have to generalize, try to generalize. And now I have to give analysis. And as you know, in analysis, I just give the highest or smallest, right? I'm going to give the smallest now. The smallest. The smallest. I'm just going to continue with this thing. So this one was my first sentence, right? That's my first sentence, comes here. And then my second sentence comes here. And it's just another feature which is worth mentioning. Another feature worth mentioning, maybe that this is a structure to start your sentence, and you just continue. And I just want to say the highest, the lowest figures account for fat. The lowest figures, because you can give the highest or you can give the lowest, doesn't matter actually. Figures account for, because it's not actually past, account for fat in all diet, right? All diet. That's it, guys. That's the end of our summary. I hope you understand everything. If you don't understand, leave it in comments and we're gonna talk, okay? Let's move on to the body paragraphs. And in body paragraph, what we can do is we can do anything we want. We can talk about diets, 1 2 3, 3 body paragraphs, or we can talk about ingredients, 1 2 3, 3 body paragraphs. Doesn't matter, like all of them are the same. So let's just try to do it now. So let's just try to give, well, we're gonna just try both of them. I'm just gonna, in one body paragraph, I'm gonna give two versions of one body paragraph. One, in first one, I'm just gonna give average diet, maybe healthy diet, and in second one, I'm just gonna give proteins. That's it. So let's just try it, right? Well, you know, how do we start? You know, the construction process or the structure of the thing, right? So let's just try to do this one. PP here. I have to change my markers. So just kidding. That's it. So here, first you have to categorize or systemize, right? Meaning you have to give what you're trying to talk about. You have to give them separately. If you don't give them separately, it's gonna be a problem for you because you will have problem explaining this thing properly. So that's why separate them, give them separately. So that's it, grouping and comparing. So grouping, we grouped in table in the previous video. You can watch it too. Grouping is you just give numbers that are close to each other together. Grouping is very important. Grouping information, grouping numbers together is very important when you have too much information. For example, when you have like 15 plus words, 15 plus numbers, you have to group in for some information because we cannot give this 15 numbers separately in separate sentences. But here we have 9 numbers, so it's okay to give them separately. Then comparing it higher, lower, like 10%, 15% higher, so it's just simple stuff. How do you start this thing? That's the interesting part. So you say regarding, this thing, it's just, it has been like hundreds times when we're giving this thing, so you have to memorize it. As regards, no one memorizes it, by the way, with respect to regards to. So you just give this one of them, guys. Don't give all of them, or don't give only one of them in each part. Regarding what? So let's just give the diet type first. I'm just going to talk about healthy diet. Regarding the ratios in healthy diet, for example, the rates, the levels in healthy diet. And so I start with my healthy diet part. I can only talk about healthy diet now. I cannot talk about like other types of diets. I cannot give information because if I give information, it will be potentially confusing and potentially threatens my task achievement score. So I'm just going to stick to healthy diet. So we just say, look, 50, 30, 20, sure, no problem. We say almost a half, exactly a half. Carbohydrates, and I just say which are followed by. Protein at 20% less share or portion amount. Okay, I'm just gonna wow, guys, come on, don't wrestle. Wow, they're wrestling. Don't do it. I just want to add information, comment with participle clause constituting. Makes up for, let's just say. Makes up for. Instead of is, make up for. Makes up for. You go search this word. Makes up for. Or we don't need to all for actually. It just makes up. Makes up the smallest portion. That's it, guys. So you can just, by the way, you can give the words separately or together. Doesn't matter. So that is the first body paragraph. I just talked about the diet first, and I just gave ingredients in a descending order. First, second, and third. Or you can have it. You can do the same reverse of the same. Third, second, one. So it's your choice. And now I'm just going to erase this part, and I'm just going to give the same thing, but now I'm going to talk about the diet type, right? So it's not going to be super confusing. So bear with me. So what we do is we just say whatever. Let's just try. I'm just gonna use red to indicate that the words that I'm writing with red are part of coherent cohesion structure. So I say as regards It regards what? It regards proteins, the levels of proteins. Protein, I think levels of protein. I start with the highest. It is average diet. Average diet has the biggest proportion of it, biggest portion of it, and 40% maybe. Let's give it 40%, let's go 40. Let's go followed by what? Followed by the healthy diet. Healthy diet is 30%. Which has 10% less protein. Showing almost a third, almost a third. Yeah, third. And today, quarter. How's that? A quarter of. Quarter of. How's that quarter? Sport. Yes, made up of. Yet. See, smallest. Making this diet. So instead of it will confuse this diet. This diet. Smallest of all in this category, okay? In this category. I hope it was understandable, guys. That's the end of my body paragraph second version of pie chart, and that will be the end of our pie chart static structure also. I hope you understand everything, and you don't have any questions regarding anything. And if you have questions, just leave it in comments and we will talk. Thank you for your opinion, guys, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye. Take care.